to help us navigate our week so that we can manifest our week, so that we can create as co-creators with the universe, the lives that we want, get more out of life with guidance from the divine, guidance from spirit and source. And the way we do that is we go to an internet psychic. Hey, we go to the tarot cards and we pull a tarot card first. We usually do about 5 tarot cards and then we move on to oracle cards. Sorry, I was multitasking, so I was a little bit distracted. So I got captions on my screen. Look at that. So that being said, I'm going to ask everyone to take a deep breath together. Pull all of your energies back into the current and present moment. And that just means bring your focus to right now. Let go of thoughts of what happened before you came together. Let go of worries and thoughts and concerns about what's going to happen after this meeting. And just be fully present here in the moment. And then whatever you might be working on personally, just go ahead and send those thoughts, those questions, those ruminations up to the divine. Asking for guidance, clarity, abundance, whatever you're asking for. There's no right or wrong when it comes to you and your asking. And then take another deep breath in and affirm to yourself that I am ready and willing, I am open, I am listening to any answers and guidance that the divine chooses to give to me today. We're going to allow ourselves to stop asking and start listening. Yay. I know what else I was going to tell you. This is just a share. An idea, a creative idea that came to me. I'm just going to talk while I'm shuffling the cards. They don't feel shuffled right. I wonder if this is the right deck for today. I feel like it is. This morning, as I was laying in bed, I had this creative idea. So because I'm not one of the best drawers, artists, I don't consider myself abstract art, yeah, but like actually pictures. And I wanted to do pictures of people. And I was like, Valerie, you can't do pictures of people. I'm still practicing on that. I'm still practicing portraits. But then I think this was divinely inspired. I said to myself, you can draw coffee cups. What if you just draw coffee cups, like coffee cups for your tarot cards or for your oracle cards? Like just do a collection of practicing drawing coffee cups. And then I said, what if I draw people that I know as coffee cups? Like a little coffee cup with something that represents the person. And so then I started thinking about my friends. I've already got one in mind for Ari. Christina, you came up. I already got one for Christina. Rowan came up. I've got one for Rowan. I've got one for Kathy, just in my head, y'all. It might be another 5 years before it gets on the paper, but I thought that was such a cool idea. And I know it wasn't mine. I know it had to be divinely inspired. So maybe I'll do commissioned coffee cup, your energy as a coffee cup. All right. Now the cards feel right. We are pulling the tarot cards. This deck I have, again, I got this in Denver. Man, I'm all Denvered up today. I got this unicorn necklace in Denver. These cards have no guidebook, but they've got some pretty amazing illustrations on them. Not that they need to. Yeah, I looked all over for this necklace because I wasn't going to wear this one. I was looking for this one, which is, what's that stone, Jillian? The black one. Why can't I think of it? Black tourmaline and selenite for protection. Couldn't find it anywhere. Spent like 5 minutes looking for it. And I was like, oh, well, just give me any necklace, spirit. And then I found this one because this one wasn't clearly laying out either. So I put this one on. And now I'm sitting at my desk. It's right in front of me on my desk. Sometimes I think spirit hides things from me on purpose to lead me to what they want me to wear, or what they want me to find, or what they want me to focus on. Because I should have been able to find this one, the black tourmaline. Anyway, isn't that weird? Does spirit ever play hide and seek with y'all? Yes, I see some nods. Okay. Let me just look at the cards we have pulled. And I'm doing reversals with this deck. Y'all know I don't usually do reversals just because I'm OCD. I read reversals energetically, but I don't like dealing my cards upside down. but for some reason I'm dealing these upside down. I did it yesterday in the reading too. First card for the week, 2 of Cups. Let me spotlight myself because I can barely see myself. Hold on. 2 of Cups. Let me make sure I can get the glare off of it. There's a lot more color in it, but I don't know if I'm going to get all the glare off of it. There's like a sun behind the 2 of them. It looks like, you know, when you get married and you do the lock in arms before you drink your champagne, that's what it looks like. So of course it's love. Cups is our emotions. They're in love, they're drinking, they're intertwined. So they're working together. They're drinking from full cups. 2 of Cups is that partnership. And I feel like this is partnership with the divine. It shows a couple. So maybe if personally for you, you feel like you need to work with some entity, some situation, or some person in your life, then that could be your message. But overall, for the collective group today, I'm getting the working hand in hand with the divine. Let your partnership be with divine. I think sometimes we get so human that we often forget that we have so much help available to us from the non-physical. So this is just a reminder to team up with the divine. If you're already teamed up, this is a reminder to fortify that, because I also think that sometimes those of us who are used to walking hand in hand with the divine on a daily basis, we kind of take it for granted. We still forget, like in times of stress or something, we're like, oh my God, how am I going to deal with this? No, how are we going to deal with this? How is me and the divine going to deal with this? And I'm guilty of that. I am heavily guilty of that these past couple of weeks. So this is just a reminder for us all to make that partnership with the divine. As the divine pours into our cup, we can pour into others' cups, or we can pour back into our own cup. Just finding that partnership. And then we have the 10 of Swords upside down. Yay, because the 10 of Swords right side up is the game over. You got all 10 swords in you and you are not getting up. It's reversed right now. That's a good sign, because to me, that's telling me the energy, the way I'm reading the 10 of Swords, I'm still reading it as a game over, but because it's reversed, it's a good game over. It's a good ending to something in your life that's moving out. And it needs to move out, and it needs to be completely done. You know how sometimes we're like, I'm going to release that. I'm going to release my ex and I'm never going to talk to him again. Then Valentine's Day rolls around. And you're like, I wonder what he's doing. That's not completely. We need to be completely done with whatever has moved out of our life. The game over card means completely done with it. And this is moving on beyond that, because it's in reverse. To me, I'm reading that as a positive ending to whatever we may have been dealing with or trying to release. Let it go completely. Do not pick it back up. King of Wands next. Getting a lot of king energy in my readings lately, readings for myself and readings for others, a lot of divine masculine. Maybe, why are we getting so much divine masculine? Spirit just said, because I need y'all to think things through. So we've been thinking and feeling with our heart. We've been feeling our way through things. Nothing wrong with that. Sometimes the situation calls for us to feel our way, to be in touch with our emotions. We had a lot of that with this past full moon, a lot of that. But this is calling us to return to logic, return to analytical thinking. And I think that's a lot more about just making sure that we are prepared for this upcoming year of fast moving motion, this upcoming year of enlightenment, of ascension, of moving to higher frequencies collectively and individually. We need to take a moment. Wands, that fire energy, that creative energy, that inspiration that pushes us forward. We need to take a moment and sit in that authority and just think it through for a minute. Where do I want to go? It's what I'm doing creatively in my life, filling me up and making me feel alive and moving me towards that direction. Because if you're just plodding along towards your goal and you're not having any joy, then you don't have this Wands energy. Even if you're thinking it through, you don't have this Wands energy. So I think it's very important that we have the King of Wands asking us, yes, to be Divine masculine is the logical thinking side, the analytical thought side, asking us to think about our goals, but asking us to make sure that they are goals that are passionate, goals that are going to light us up from the inside as we move forward. And then standing in that confidence. Once we choose, make a decision and stand behind it. That's what I just heard. Once we choose what we want, don't get 2-3 months into the year and say, it's too hard. No, it's not. Spirit gave you that idea. Spirit gave you that inspiration, and Spirit gave you all the tools to make it happen. So once you make that decision, sit in that decision, sit in that confidence, knowing that you and Spirit have got this. Don't go back on what you want for this year. This year can be as amazingly abundant as you allow it to be. 7 of Pentacles is next up, talking about amazing and abundance. 7 of Pentacles is, and look at that light from above. A lot of divine coming in saying, let us work with you. We're trying to help you. Some of y'all are saying, why aren't you listening? The 7 of Pentacles is that hard worker sitting back and looking at the fruits of their labor. They're beginning to see these things. They're not ready for picking yet. Look at that one right there. It's just starting to bud up out of the ground. And the ones that, if these were fruits, the ones that are on the trees, they're not ready for picking yet, but this person can truly see the results of their hard labor. And the divine is showering down and helping to continue grow what has already been planted. So whatever you are working on in your life, this is an affirmation that whether or not you can see it in this present moment, the divine sees it. The divine is shining sunlight, nutrients on it. The divine is helping it grow. And if you sit back and really reflect, you'll be able to see the small signs of growth. A lot of us are looking for the full-blown manifestation, and Spirit is saying it's coming, but look at what's already showing up for you. Just pause for a minute and look at what's already showing up. And then we have the 5 of Cups. 4 empty cups she's kind of sad about, and then that 1 cup behind her that she can't see, which is generally the 4 of Cups. In my brain, the 4 of Cups is the one where you have the empty cups and the one that's sitting beside you. Let me look at my other. The 5 of Cups is disappointment, self-pity, crying over spilt milk, and illusion. The illusion comes in because I think that's tied into the 7 of Pentacles. When I said maybe you can't see it yet, but Spirit sees it, that's the illusion. I can't see it yet. All of these are all of my broken relationships, and I can't see that there's one waiting for me. Or all of these are all of my jobs lost, and I can't see that the perfect job is right here. So the 5 of Cups in this sense is a little bit of illusion, but it's self-illusion. It's not even illusion, because these are real things in your life that happen. These are real challenges. These are real emptying of cups that are right in front of you, that are real, that are happening. Spirit is asking you, how long you going to keep moping? How long you going to keep looking at that? Because every time you empty a cup, I got 2 waiting for you. How long are you going to keep focusing on what is emptying, on what is not working for you, when I keep giving you so much that you've been asking for? Life is a cycle. And sometimes we get stuck in the cycle of looking at what's wrong because it's right in front of us and it is calling for our attention. So we have to be stronger than what's right in front of us. And we have to choose to turn around and see what the Spirit has given to us, see what the divine has given to us, because there's always a replacement for that which is removed from us. And it's our job to allow ourselves to see that as it comes into our life. Ooh. I'm seeing y'all say some of those cards were for you. Yay, I'm glad Spirit is talking to you. That deck, by the way, is called Third Eye Tarot. Third Eye Grit. Brit's third eye. I'm gonna get it right. Brit's third eye. That's what it's called. Okay. Any questions? I usually don't take questions. Any questions about those tarot cards? If something hit you and I didn't quite fully explain it, you can put it in the chat. That game over. I'm hoping that game over card was for me as well. I've been in a bit of a funk, and I've been being gracious with myself, is that the term? Being gentle with myself, because I had every damn right to be in a bit of a funk. But I was kind of getting sick of my damn self. You know how you get in the funk so long, you just get sick of yourself? I was there, like for the past couple of days, I was like, oh my God, can this please pass? And then yesterday when I did that reading for some of y'all were present for that, it lifted. And this morning I'm like, oh, thank God I'm back to my old self. Please let it sit, please let it sit. So I think that was the Ten of Swords coming in for me as well. Let's see, the next card I'm going to. Why is everything moving so quickly this year? I have a couple of theories on that. And first of all, let me say that's an excellent question, Jennifer. Whether you're tarot, astrology, other methodologies, I've said this in so many other modalities, I've said this in so many meetings, all of us are collectively saying, hold on to your bonnets, 2023 is gonna move fast, there's gonna be a lot of change. I think it's just part of the cycle of, if you look widespread on the history of mankind, it's just part of that cycle. What I've also heard, I listened to an astrologer who I love, and I wish I could remember her name. She has a YouTube channel, and her reports are like an hour and a half long. Anyway, I listened to her, and what she was saying is that based on the cycles, the astrological cycles and whatnot, that first we're going to go into a period of established systems. Let me make sure I'm not misquoting her. The established systems are going to like double down. These are the laws, these are the rules. And for a while, we're going to be in that gross feeling of being oppressed, so to speak. But that is exactly what we need to then shift and rise up and say, no more, absolutely no more. And when we hit that breaking point of no more, that's when everything is going to start really changing for us. And it's just part of the cycle. I think it's part of the cycle of evolution. I think it's part of the cycle of Earth history. I think it's about damn time. The moving forward is about a lot of shifting. And I can just tell you what I feel. I can tell you a little bit about the astrology too, but what I feel and what I have felt is that this is just the time. When you look at it, tarot, when you look at the tarot cards of the years, they go in cycles as well. They're not just drawn happenstance. They go in repetitive cycles based on the years, the numbers, numerology, based on numerology. So based on numerology, the tarot card of the year is the Chariot. Again, fast moving action, we're moving forward on our path. So just everything is pointing to it being a very forward moving year collectively and individually, especially for light seers such as ourselves. All of y'all are light seers. It's going to hit the fan soon. That's what I've heard. The Patriot, yeah. Will it be better? Will it? Will we collectively come together and make it better? Absolutely, that's what I'm saying. But again, you can be the one person who the rest of the world is like, oh my God, it's so better. And you can be fixated on those 4 empty cups and it will not be better for you. So you have to make a choice that yes, it's going to be better for me. It's going to be better for everyone that I'm associated with, and it's going to be better for the collective. And when you make that choice, that's that King of Wands, sitting in those choices and making those choices and not going back and saying, yeah, it's going to be better. Absolutely. It's up to you. That's your choice. You create your reality. Regardless of what's going on, you can still create a crappy life for yourself, even when the rest of the world is rejoicing. I pulled from Moonology Manifestation, which kind of lines up and makes sense. We got a full moon, a new moon coming this weekend, and it's a new super moon. Hang on to your bonnets again. But set your intentions because it's a super moon. Super moons mean that the moon is closer in orbit to Earth, which means we're going to feel the effects more. So a perfect time to set intentions. Also, The first new moon of the year is also the start of the Chinese New Year. So we have Year of the Rabbit coming in also, and that all happens on 21. Year of the Rabbit. Even the Chinese are like, we're moving, we're moving. So the card I pulled, Go Deeper, New Moon in Scorpio. I didn't look to see what the new moon is. What is the new moon this weekend in? This weekend, the 21st. Does anybody know? I didn't look to see what sign the new moon was in. It can't be Capricorn, so it's got to be Aquarius. Aquarius, yes, it is in Aquarius, yes, because that's what that whole report was that I listened to yesterday. Okay. Full moon in Scorpio, go deeper. You're regaining control of a situation that cut deep. Woo, it's talking to me, y'all. I'm gonna just read this in silence. No, I'm not. I'm gonna read it to y'all too. You're regaining control of a situation that cuts deep. You've moved through your fears and can now see where the issue has come from. It was me. Now isn't the time to gloss over the facts. Rather, it's time for you to face your darkest concerns and go deeper. Shadow work. Your situation may need to crumble before it can be renewed. Just kind of talked about that. Magic is called for, and it's crucial to stay strong now. Sexually, it's time to reach for true communion with your partner. Financially, this is a blessed time to work with someone on a joint venture. Ooh. And it's time to release a grudge. Interesting, new moon in Scorpio. I know Scorpios can hold a grudge until after they die. I know this because my oldest daughter is a Scorpio. This card is an especially good sign for matters related to sex, money, or an obsession you've been grappling with. I'm obsessed over Idris, so I hope this means that I get a call from him soon. That's how I'm reading it. Y'all read it however you want. That's how I'm reading it. Idris is going to come into my life soon. Okay, so new moon in Scorpio. Oh, some information about the moon. Someone pulled a super moon from this deck. I had no idea there was a super moon coming. Look at you being in sync with life. Pulling the super moon, and it's a super moon coming this weekend. That means that super moon might be more impactful for you or more important for you to really feel into and figure out what it's about. If you are a member of my Unicorn Magic or Big Decks membership, shameless plug, we're going to be talking about the new moon on Wednesday. So make sure you show up for that. It will be recorded if you miss it. Let's see. Where should we go to next? I feel like I'm really flying through. I didn't do coffee. I did Dr. Pepper. It's Dr. Pepper, and my daughter said Dr. Pepper with something in it. I don't know what she put in it. But I feel like I'm vibrating and bouncing off the walls just a little bit. It tastes like a cream soda. I think it was Dr. Pepper cream soda. It's delicious, y'all. Mysteries of the Dark Moon, and it talks about a book called, let me read the whole thing because I forget this is recorded on YouTube. I'm reading a book called Mysteries of the Dark Moon, and it talks about these cycles since the beginning of time that you were talking about. Yeah, look into it. Oh, you know what else I learned about? Astrologically speaking, you would think they would teach this shit in school. Maybe they did, and maybe I took a nap that day. I was real good at napping during school. Anyway, how the planets rotate around the sun also rotates around the Milky Way, around the center of the Milky Way galaxy. And I was reading somewhere that we recently passed a revolution around the center of the galaxy. Yes, I'm getting a nod from Christina. I believe we recently, a couple of years ago, maybe, passed a revolution around the center, which to me, just like every revolution around the sun, we celebrate that. Every time the moon revolves, we celebrate that. We notice these cycles. And so I feel like that is just a bigger galactic cycle that it's time. It's time. I mean, all of these years, it talked about how many millions of years it takes for us to cycle around the Milky Way. And to realize that we just completed one of those cycles, I'm like, oh, that means something. I'm gonna have to research that like a little bit more. So maybe that's something you want to research as well. I just read about it and I was like, I know that means something. but I got to go back to watching Netflix. So I didn't research it as much as I should have. Rue, I bet you are. Rue would be the best teacher. Rue is a teacher. She says we teach the universe and moon in 8th grade science, 2nd semester. I'm so extra when we do. I bet you are. I love it. Angels and ancestors. Eagle. See from a higher perspective. You see that eye down there? I got third eye vibes from that eye. This is from Kyle Gray's Angels and Ancestors. Eagle. What else do we need to know about the eagle? Come on. What symbol are you in? Look at things from a different angle, fly higher, and see new possibilities. Eagle medicine swirls around you, encouraging you to recognize that your views or vision may be limited at this time. Is there a chance that your own desperation, needs, or ego could be blocking you from seeing the potential in your current situation? If there are other people involved, you are being guided to see things from everyone's perspective. Is anybody working on group dynamics right now? If you are feeling the need for something to change, how can you take the higher road? Know that if you have intentions that aren't for the highest good, it will only hold you back. Eagle medicine can help you to change this. The eagle brings the energy of healing and love directly from the heart of Father Sky and invites you to do all things from a place of love. Love it. The only thing that stood out for me as I read that intuitively, messages from Spirit, when it said, make sure you're doing things for the greater good and not for your own self. Double check yourself on that time, because sometimes we think we're doing something for the best of all involved. And what we're really doing it for is because we think we know better. Maybe we know better for ourselves, but do you really know better for everybody that's involved? So that's what I have there. What else? What other decks y'all want to hear from? I know somebody's gonna say dragon. I need a horse deck, Christina. I don't know if I've ever seen a horse deck. I've seen dog decks and cat decks. I bet there's decks that have maybe horses as predominant images, maybe not necessarily a horse deck. I'm going to lighten this up a little bit and go to one of my funny decks. I don't know what it says on this side. Okay, this is for all of y'all who made those New Year's resolutions to be healthier in 2023. Step away from the crazy making diet for a hot second. Kale, what does it say? Kale and spirulina taste like ass. And the other side says, eat some yummy shit, bacon, chocolate, beer, get some. Okay, I'm not saying break y'all's diet, but I am saying you need to have more fun. You do not have to suffer to get to where you want to go. Your path should always be joyous. If your diet feels like you're suffering, you need to re-examine it. Your path should always be joyous. If your exercise, y'all, I have been wanting to exercise since 3rd grade. I don't know, I'm just making stuff up. I've been wanting to exercise for a long time. And I just had the idea, like your exercise has to be fun, and that's why I can never stick with it because it's never fun enough. I had the idea of taking my grandkids one at a time. Like one day it would be Jalen's time with Gigi, and the next day it would be Samaya's time with Gigi. Anyway, one at a time to go skating for exercise, because every time I go skating, y'all, it is a workout. Now, provided I don't break any bones, I might start doing that in 2023. But you got to make it fun. That was my point. I was getting there. There was a point. You got to make it fun. You don't have to suffer to reach your goals. And that's the main thing about 2023. If you want to reach your goals, You don't want to suffer through it. Did anybody tell me a deck they want me to pull from? A horse tarot. I still want to do dance classes. Y'all want to know what dances I want to learn? I'm gonna let y'all guess. Let's see how psychic you are. Put it in the chat and guess. What type of dance does Valorie want to learn how to do? There's a lot, but let's say the top two. Latin dance, square dancing, salsa, ballet. Ballroom. I'm gonna be on Dancing with the Stars one day. I gotta be a star first. Line dance. I know how to line dance. Swing dancing. Swing dancing. That's why I need Idris, because he's the only motherfucker that's gonna be able to pick me up and swing me around. Okay, from Beyond Lemuria, Manifestia. I had to think of how to pronounce her name. Manifestia. Look at all of those colors and all of those balls with stars on them. We got a butterfly, transformation. Manifestia. I don't think I've pulled her before. Card number 36. Manifestation. It's the first keyword. And we're in Magical Monday Manifestations. Sowing the seeds of your dreams, creating a reality, trusting that what you desire is already happening. That's giving me that 7 of Pentacles vibe. Magic making, pollinating your wishes, as above, so below. You can decide how you want to live. The universe is in full support of you choosing to step into the optimal version of yourself. Step into the optimal version of yourself. Dream big, then dream bigger. Now is a great time to start the projects you have been considering. All it takes is some pollination. In the realms of making magic happen, we say, as above, so below. So start planting your dream seeds and nourish the soil with enthusiasm for what can and will be. Feel your dream in its entirety as if it's already happening, and then let it go. Let all sense of control or direction go. Do not try to manage it. Feel how beautiful your dream's fruition will be, but then leave it alone to flourish as it will. Any sense of desperation or neediness will only falter its progress, although the lessons gained as a result of this will bring growth depending on what you're ready for. Germinate your dream seeds in the present tense with positive terminology. Rather than thinking in terms of what you don't want, focus on what you do want as if you already have it, as the subconscious will hear the key words and bring you more of this. Be creative with your dream visioning. Create symbols from the letters that make up your wish sentence. Incorporate the natural elements that resonate with your manifestation, such as fire or earth. Find meaningful symbols that align with your desired outcome. Add a rush of energy and charge it with an intention for the greatest good. In meditation, send them off into the heart space of the ether. Meanwhile, turn the physical soil in real time, do the necessary preparation, and relax into the knowledge that with your intention, this is enough. I love it. Oh, there's even more. Know and trust that your dreams are already on their way and expect to see the results. I'm going to end with that because as I was reading that, the idea of planting a seed, your seed of manifestation, I got this whole vision in my head of planting a seed. When we plant those seeds of, I want a new car in 2023. Maybe that's your goal. So you plant the seed of, I want a new car in 2023. Do you go back to that seed every day and dig it up to see if it's sprouted yet and then cover it back up? And then you dig it up a little bit more. It's never going to grow if you do that. So you have to leave it alone. You have to step away from it. But you also have to do the prep work for what you've asked for. If you say you want a new car, but you don't have enough money for gas, you might need to do some work. If you say you want a new car, but you have nowhere to park the new car, or you don't have a driver's license for the car, then you might need to do some work to prepare yourself for this thing that you're being asked for. But you can't keep digging up the seed to see if it's growing. You have to leave it alone. And so maybe that helps you as you think about all of the seeds that you're planting. The universe is an amazing gardener, and all we have to do is plant it and leave it alone. And the universe is going to look after it far better than we could, with the right mineral, the right watering schedule, the right sunlight. All right. Oh, somebody wants to learn the hula. I want to learn all of those dances, but I think I want to do swing dancing first. The Sacred Self-Care Oracle. Are we taking care of ourselves? I'm going to pull 2 cards because I think we need it. I feel like Spirit is really trying to get y'all to break y'all's diets. Sweet treat. Sweet treat, card number 50. Let's see what that's about. I mean, it seems obvious, but let's see. You can have sweets that are not diet breaking. Indulging in a sweet treat every once in a while so that it remains truly special can be so good for the soul. This is not the time to restrict calories. This is about treating yourself to something delightful. Head to your favorite bakery to pick up something tasty, or ask a friend or family member for a special recipe that you can make at home. Set an intention and infuse good energy into your sweet creation. Treat the process of making it and eating it like a sacred ritual. I think that would be good to do at a minimum once a week, once a week at a minimum, with anything. And this doesn't mean break your diet and have something sweet once a week, but like really sit down and intentionally drink your coffee or your tea and set intentions around it before you take that first sip. Whether you eat it alone or share with a loved one before you take that first bite, say a prayer and express your gratitude for the nourishment and the joy it will provide. Be sure to savor every second and keep your mind clear while eating it so that you can experience it mindfully. So this is a mindfulness practice. But I like how it says, gratitude for the nourishment and joy it will provide. I think we need a lot more joy to navigate through this year. What is your favorite food to indulge in? What does it remind you of? And how does it make you feel? Just some thoughts for yourself. And then the second card I pulled, rest. Rest, sweet ones. That's what Spirit is saying. Rest. Card number 43. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. The mantra is, I am beaming with life force energy. Syncing up with the sunrise and sunset can help restore the natural rhythm of your body and rest cycle. At first, you can try setting the alarm for sunrise, and then with time, you may find yourself naturally waking with the sun, feeling rested and ready to have your next best day ever. Love it. Just talks about ways to get better sleep, blackout blinds, eye mask, earplugs, white noise machine. You know what I found? It's not white noise, brown noise. I saw that the other day. Brown noise is good for calming anxiety, and I needed some of that last week. I put that brown noise on, and I thought, that I was listening to it. 3 hours later, I woke up and I was like, when did I fall asleep? That's like the best sleep I've had in a long time. So brown noise, maybe if white noise isn't working for you. Can you explain brown noise? white noise is like the vacuum cleaner, like the ambient noise. I don't know what they do to brown. I don't know. I know that there's different kinds of it, and it just has a different frequency. It's still that same ambient background stuff, but it has a different frequency, and that frequency is especially helps with calming anxiety. I know there's like Calm, the app Calm, CALM, has all the different noises that you can listen to, all the different colors. I'm trying to think if there was other ones that I really enjoyed. I can't think right now. I know there was a purple noise just because purple. But I know that there's some others. And I know you can also find those on YouTube because that's how I found it. Pink noise too, there's someone. Brown noise is similar to white noise, but it has a rounder, warmer sound. Yep. Grounding, I think it's more grounding. That's why it calms anxiety, I think. Where should we go to next, y'all? I feel like we are just flying through these cards. You know what? Since I set up and pulling a bunch of kings in the tarot, I'm going to, Misha said you can get it on Alexa. Not you, don't answer. I'm going to go to the Divine Masculine deck called Gods and Titans and see if we have any messages from Spirit on how we can incorporate this masculine energy, work with it to help us manifest, to help us sync up with the divine. I love it. Vulcan, inventiveness. Looks like a tradesman there, about to make something. Inventiveness. Think outside the box and go for the most creative solution. Hold your emotions in check and think rationally. So there's that masculine energy again. Think rationally. This is an ancient Roman god, Vulcan is, who was valued above all others for his inventiveness and ingenuity. I'm not going to read his whole story. This particular deck tells you the background story of each god or titan, and then the message. And the message is, when you need to think outside the box, when you have run out of ideas, when you need to create something practical to solve a problem, Vulcan is your god. Celebrating or further developing your uniqueness and cognitive abilities are also Vulcan's trait. It is said that the geeks have inherited our earth now. These are the people who use their minds and inventiveness rather than their force and brawn. Vulcan would appreciate this very much. He was a misfit. Hey, any fellow misfits out there? He was a misfit and was literally cast out of Olympus, but he accepted who he was and he found his place in the world. Should Vulcan step forward in your life today, and he has for all of us in this reading, use your rationality rather than your emotions to make decisions, and that may be the way to go. So that sounds like it's just reinforcing what that King of Wands was telling us, the message that came through the King of Wands. Here's some symbols. So if you're walking along in your day-to-day life and you see these symbols in a cartoon, on the TV, on a billboard, just know that that is Spirit saying, hey, this energy is ready for you. Symbols: an anvil, hammer, tongs, and fire. I like it. All right, I think that's all for that one. Masculine energy. How can we work with it? It seems like we're being called to co-create with our masculine energy. You know, that's so interesting because I meant to show y'all this when I started, but I didn't. It's just sitting here on my desk. I found this. I didn't find it. Well, I found it just because my desk is messy. My other desk, I have 2 desks and can't keep near one of them clean. My other desk, I uncovered this crystal stone. It's all about balance. Shivalingam. I think I'm saying that correctly. So I've got that one sitting there to help me stay balanced. And that's very interesting because I think I tend to be, I think I'm pretty balanced in my divine masculine, divine feminine. But when I do get out of balance, I lean towards my divine feminine, which makes sense because I'm feminine. But This divine masculine is calling you to either get back in balance, so you're balanced on both sides, and even to tip a little bit into that divine masculine energy to get shit done this week. All right. Shivalingam is good for sexual energy too. Let me just sit it in my lap then. It's going to call Idris to me. I feel it. I feel it. It's calling him to me. Where else should we go? What other insight do y'all want to hear from? I haven't pulled dragons. Let me do dragons. And I'm feeling mermaids for some reason. Which one of y'all's got mermaid energy? Let's see what the dragons have to say. The dragons are back, y'all. Dragon energy. I've been noticing them more. People who work intensely with dragons are noticing them more. The dragons are back and are helping. Ooh, which one is it? Dang, I got two. Crystal. Look at that beautiful dragon. Crystal, 19. Thanks, Misha. This beautiful and peaceful dragon's main role as galactic dragon is to support all indigo and crystal children who have special and unusual abilities and traits, adults and those on the autistic spectrum. Yay! She is, in fact, named after the crystal children. She fully understands the complexities that can accompany these children and adults, so she is here to support them and their families as much as possible. She urges us to explore the richness of talent in whatever area works for them. For example, this could be numbers, sport, art, music, or pottery, or anything that allows the mind to unleash and creativity to flow. She understands that the classroom, with its restraints and rules of quiet and concentration, often does not work for these naturally inquisitive artistic souls. If Crystal has swooped into your cards today, she encourages you to add color, vibrancy, or shape to your life in any way you are drawn to. She asks, have you become too rigid in your thinking and expectations or outlook on life? Let me guide you in flowing with the rhythm of your life and loosen any feelings of tension from your body. Allow your mind to daydream. Let it explore new possibilities, find creative pursuits, and free your soul. I love it. Our lives rarely flow along a straight route. They are always full of twists and turns. She goes on to say, learn to follow the ebb and flow of the tide and the tide of your life. Learn to follow the ebb and flow of the tide of your existence here on earth. Struggle and resistance do not serve you. They simply frustrate and vex you. She asks us why we do the job we hate or stay with a partner we cannot communicate with if it makes us unhappy. Be true to yourself. Be authentic in your life and allow yourself to let go of all that doesn't bring you warmth to your very being. Crystal encourages us to follow our dreams, live our joy, and be open to new possibilities. Man, we keep getting that message in different ways. Why you keep doing stuff that's making you unhappy? You don't have to suffer to get to your goals. Find the joy. So we have Crystal, and then we have Harmony. I usually only pull one from each oracle, but we have Harmony here, card number 2. Of course, it's number 2. Reminds me of the 2 of Cups that we had at the beginning in the tarot. Harmony is the first shy dragon. She was peeking out at me from behind a large curtain when she first appeared to me. This is the author speaking. She's a giant and considerate being, and she's a lot less brash than some of the other dragons I have encountered. She says, I am the bringer of harmony, restorative on an inner personal level and an outer global level. If you are wrestling with a problem that you are unable to resolve, Ask her to bring her beautiful, harmonious influence to the situation and guide you in any steps you may need to take. If she has appeared to you today, she asks, what area of your life needs reviewing? What do you need to let go of? Is it judgments or old habits? What is it in your life that needs reharmonizing? I will assist you in taking these first steps, supporting you as you go. Take some time to sit and contemplate your life as it is and look honestly at what may require changing. It may be something quite small, just a little tweak, or it could be a life-changing event. She goes on to say, the answers you seek all lie within you, so sit quietly, ground yourself, be present, and reflect. Your inner knowing under my guidance will help you bring the answers to the surface for you. She reminds us, tomorrow is a new dawn, and being in your heart center ripples out with positive effect. She will often appear when there has been discord or upset. Anybody having any of that in their life? This can be personal or on a global scale. She is the harbinger of change, and her role is to bring harmony to the world. Let's look at that dragon one more time. Anybody that needs that energy, just concentrate on that energy, on that image just a little bit and call it into your heart center. Ask for that harmony to enter your heart center and then spread throughout everything else that you might be trying to accomplish so that you can move forward in love and harmony. That's what we have from the dragons. What do I do with my deck? Oh, there it is. Four minutes. And we're going to the mermaids. Little water energy. Which mermaid has a message for us? Awareness. Let me see if I can get the glare off of her. She's a beauty. Awareness. What do we need to be aware of, Spirit? Use your intuition to become more aware of what's going on around you at this time. It could also be time to look under that rock. This mermaid wants you to know that it's a time to ground yourself and become more aware. Your senses may be heightened at this time. Being aware of potential scenarios can aid you to swim through calm or troubled waters. Notice the details as you float through your life. I love it. Meditation is a wonderful way to enhance your awareness. When you become more aware, you tend to notice things that you may otherwise not have seen. Awareness can also help you to foresee any potential challenges in life, thereby enabling you to take action to avert certain circumstances. See if there's anything else. I'm kind of skipping around and hitting the high points. I think that's it. Be more aware. Practice mindfulness, meditation. Just sit and just be aware. Have you ever just sat and just listened and looked around you? That's being aware too. That's a spiritual practice all by itself. And it doesn't require but a minute or two of your time to sit in absolute awareness. All right. That's what I have for you all today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you are able to check out that site and just give me feedback on if you feel like it's easy to navigate, if you like the layout. Pretty sure that's the site I want to go with, but I do want to know if there's any trouble with that site, with navigating that site or getting logged into that site. I'll see you hopefully back here on Wednesday morning for group meditation. I'll see some of you over on AZ for group meditation on Thursday night. Don't think there's anything else that I have coming up. Check your email, check your spam. If you missed my email, check that. All right. Thank you. Thank you all so much. Have a wonderful week. Please go manifest the shit out of it. Please make sure you are tuned in and co-creating with the divine. It's going to be amazing. Bye, y'all. Love you all.